What is up, my friends? Welcome to another video here on CoolStuffInc.com with me, Jim Davis. We're playing some Pioneer, and we just saw yet another shakeup in the format. Nexus of Fate, gone. More importantly, Oko Thief of Crowns, gone. And if you saw my article on Friday, a couple days ago, usually I have my Friday written article, I talked a lot about what Oko and Nexus of Fate leaving the format means for the format. Allow myself to introduce myself. And basically, the long and short of it is, with Oko gone, we can now play cool creatures and artifacts again, basically, and don't have to worry about them all turning into elks. So, unlocks a lot of the cooler creatures in the format, as well as cool artifacts. And the Nexus of Fate being gone helps out the mid-range decks a lot, because combo decks like Nexus of Fate tend to really prey on mid-range decks. Mid-range decks are trying to set up their card advantage, and they're kind of big, powerful threats, and they have a lot of removal spells, and they aren't necessarily particularly fast, and Nexus of Fate just eats those decks alive. So, with an opening for mid-range and cool creatures, we get to try a deck I've been wanting to kind of put together for a while. This is a Grixis Dragons deck, and I did a write-up about this deck in my article on Friday, and I wanted to play it here, but I'm going to go over it briefly for the video, of course. We got some powerful cards in Pioneer that just happen to be the dragon type. Glorybringer being one of the best of them. Doesn't die to Fatal Push, doesn't die to any of the red base removal, at least at instant speed. Always gets that first shot in, usually. Kills Planeswalker, kills creatures. Just a fantastic tempo-based threat. One of the best threats in the format. And of course, it just happens to be a dragon. Stack that on top of Nicol, Bolas the Ravager. A really powerful card that got a little overlooked in Standard because of all the energy stuff going on. Nicol Bolas is great. A 4/4 flyer for 4 that comes into play and makes your opponent discard a card. It's already very solid. Always a 2-for-1. Good threat. Blocks well. But it also threatens the 7 mana flip ability to turn into one of the most powerful Planeswalkers ever printed. That's a nice mana sink to have. We're not playing Bolas for Nicol Bolas the Arisen, but the fact that it's there and the threat of it will have to change how your opponent plays the game, and that's awesome. Also have Thunderbreak Regent. There's definitely an argument, is this card better than Rekindling Phoenix or more Nicol Bolas's? I'm not sure, but it's a powerful threat, 4/4 flyer for 4. Whenever a dragon you control comes target of a spell or ability, and deal 3 to that player. And includes Teferi bounces, that includes Banishing Light, Doomblade effects, you name it. The incidental damage from Thunderbreak Regent is quite nice, because we're trying to turn the corner fast here. We're not a control deck. We're definitely a mid-range deck. Put them off balance, kill some things, and then kill them with some powerful threats. Sarkhan the Masterless comes over from Standard as well. Just a really powerful Planeswalker. Nice to have a sticky threat that's not going to die to your opponent's Supreme Verdict. The passive on Sarkhan is actually relevant with a couple dragons in play. Makes it hard for your opponent to attack you. And just a good threat overall. It's good to mix it up a little bit. And as far as our dragon payoffs go, we have Crux of Fate, which is basically just destroy all your opponent's creatures and your creatures live, which is pretty good. We have Draconic Roar, which is a super Searing Blaze when dragons are involved. 3 to a creature and 3 to the opponent is really good. And when you add the chip shot damage from Draconic Roar to Thunderbreak Regent, we're killing our opponents pretty quickly, which is nice. And Dragon's Hoard, a mana fixer and an accelerator. It's also a little card draw engine. Every dragon you enters the battlefield under your control, you put a gold counter on it, and you can tap to remove a gold counter and draw a card. So nice little card draw engine in the late game. But perhaps our most interesting dragon enabler card is a Fish Lady. That doesn't have anything to do with dragons at all. It's a Simic card. Kiora, Behemoth, Beckoner. 3 mana Planeswalker, 7 loyalty. Static ability, whenever a creature power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, and draw a card. So that part's cool. Plays kind of like an enchantment. That by itself wouldn't be enough. It is nice to draw a card off Nicol Bolas, draw a card off Glorybringer, draw a card off of our tokens. But the big part also is the -1 untap a permanent. So this does a few things. This, first off, just makes a mana. So Kiora comes into play, taps for a mana immediately, which is why we're prioritizing 1 mana spells so much. The ideal turn 3 for us is to play Kiora, untap a land, and Fatal Push something. So we are affecting the board on our side and also affecting the board on our opponent's side. Very good tempo play. But the real payoff for Kiora is getting to untap Glorybringer. So Glorybringer has the Exert ability. Whenever it attacks, you can deal 4 damage to a non-dragon creature, but then it doesn't untap. Kiora can untap it, you can exert every single turn, and I don't need to explain how good that is. That's phenomenal. And aside from that, we're playing basically just a pretty solid Rakdos base of the best spells in the format. Fatal Push and Thoughtseize are the 1-2 combo of 1-mana spells that drive almost all the black decks in the format and are two of the best interactive spells available. A couple Wild Slashes because we are trying to heavily prioritize 1-mana spells. So when we cast Kiora or Dragon's Roar, we can affect the board immediately. And then Dreadbore is honestly just one of the best kill spells in the format. We're not super interested in playing at instant speed, as most of our threats are sorcery speed anyway. So we just have a 2-mana, kill a creature, kill a planeswalker, real simple, real easy to cast. So a lot of power here, a lot of removal, but also a lot of top-end power. We kill pretty quick. We still have a lot of power as well, which is nice. So just a solid dragon deck. Mana base seems pretty good. A couple cycling lands here and there. Just a light splash for blue. We're definitely mostly Rakdos, kind of just splashing blue for Bolas and Kiora, and a couple sideboard cards. Sideboard's got a lot of the best cards in the format, again, honestly. More Duresses and Brutalities for some extra discard. Brutality, fantastic against red aggro decks. Noxious Grasp, phenomenal against any green or white deck. Kills planeswalkers, kills creatures. Chandra, Awakened Inferno might be one of the best cards in the format against blue-white control. Blue-white control is one of the best decks in the format, and they have no good answer to this card. Play it, make an emblem or two, and watch them writhe as they try and beat you before the clock runs out. Chandra is very, very good. We also have Chandra, Acolyte of Flame, also very good against control decks and mid-range decks. The token ability is nice, but the big part is flashing back spells. When we're boarding in our extra Duresses, now we have the ability to flash back our 6 discard spells at will with Chandra, or flashback Dreadbore. That's really, really good. So Chandra, excellent card against control. A couple Anger the Gods against creature decks. Make sure you can mop up if they go super wide. And Dragonlord Silumgar. If you play Cube at all, this is one of the real game changers in Cube Draft. And this is just your mirror breaker. Any sort of mid-range mirror involving planeswalkers, things like that. Silumgar can steal their planeswalker and ultimate it. So it can steal their creatures. A 3/5 body with Death Touch and Flying is very good. Pretty hard to kill. It's a legend. It's big. 5 toughness is huge. Great mirror breaker for dealing with mid-range and control matchups. So let's jump right in battle and see how we do. But first, quick word from our sponsor at CoolStuffInc.com.
This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. To learn more about this deck, click the link in the video's description below to read Jim's article.
All right, here we are for round 1. Grixis Dragons, let's roll. And same plays for me. Kill spell, accelerator, Sarkhan. All works out pretty good. We're on the play. We're going to play our cycling land. We have a few cycling lands in the deck. Try and mitigate mana flood, but definitely want to make our first few land drops here. We could play like Watery Grave tapped and hedge a little bit, because there aren't a ton of 2-drops in the deck. So we can always play Slew tapped on turn 2 if we don't draw land. It might actually be better. Put them all against a 6. Yeah, I actually like that. I think it's some pretty good insurance. So we're going to play Watery Grave tapped. And then we can always play Slew tapped on turn 2 if we don't draw land. Not a lot of cards we want to cast on turn 2, honestly. So let's play Watery Grave tapped and give ourselves the option to cycle if we draw land. Because if we draw land, we're pretty mana heavy at that point. So we're going to want to have access to our Canyon Slough. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Okay. Another Fatal Push. So now we're just going to play with Slew. We want to make sure to make our land drops here. So kind of nice that we have Push available to kill whatever they play on turn 2 if they're going to play a creature. And then we have Hoard into another push, which is pretty cool too. So let's see what they do here. Winding Constrictor. Okay. So we get to kill this. And then this is the one of the benefits of the Dragon's Hoard here is we get to play it. And the reason we're maximizing our 1-mana spells is we can cast spells immediately. So took a turn off here to play our accelerator and our little engine, but we can still cast things, which is huge. So all right, so they have Nissa, Voice of Zendikar. Can't Fatal Push that one, but that's okay. Looks like they're playing a Hardened Scales deck, but no Hardened Scales in sight. That is good for us. Kiora, Behemoth, Beckoner. Well, I would love to cast that before I cast Sarkhan, but I think putting a threat in play to attack this Nissa is far too important. So we're just going to slam our Sarkhan. You know, it's not the end of the world here. Make a dragon. Get a counter on our Dragon Sword. It's a gold counter. Can cash that in for a card later, which is pretty cool. Suppose they have like a Walking Ballista here. They could shoot down the Sarkhan. No? Rishkar, Pima, Renegade. So they can pump their plants up. It's fine. Targeting both plants, sure. Okay, so we're looking pretty good here. Wild Slash. Certainly not incredible, but very passable. I think we're going to start by drawing a card off of our Dragon's Hoard. We get to Kiora untap something, so we have the ability to push and slash. Let's see what we draw and see how we start here. Love to add a dragon to the battlefield. Crux of Fate. That's kind of sweet, honestly. I think we can wait on it. We could just cast it right now, but I think I would rather just attack. It's also possible they like push something, so I want to just fire up and attack Nissa here and get that off the field and see what turns up. They could have Fatal Push, which would stink a little bit, but we have Slash to kill Rishkar. We can push a plant if we have to. We have Kiora to play too. We have plenty of things to do here, so let's fire up. See what happens. Okay, that works out pretty well. Now we're going to Kiora. We're going to untap. And Dragon's Sword makes any color, right? Works for me. We can also untap the dragon and just play a shock land. I kind of like that better, actually. Yeah, that plays. Play shock land. We're going to Wild Slash the Rishkar immediately, because Rishkar has the ability to give all creatures with counters mana, so I don't want to give them much of mana to cast a Ballista or a Hangerback Walker. And we will say go here, feeling pretty good about ourselves. Also, the side benefit of Kiora and Sarkhan is that, of course, the Sarkhan can make the Kiora into a dragon. So we currently have 12 power coming in the air next turn. A Verdurous Gearhulk. Okay, well, they're going to go big on one of these, and we're going to kill it, and they're going to be sad. It's the long and short of it. I mean, we can just let this resolve. Alright, so Fatal Push that. Let's see what we draw. Okay, so we're a little flooded. I kind of wanted to do a little better with Crux of Fate, but it's going to be hard to defend our dragons at this point. I think we just cast the Crux of Fate. Just let her rip. Destroy all non-dragon creatures. Fire up the old Sarkhan. We're just going to play our land. There's no secrets here. Attack for a solid 12. Just 12. No reason to untap anything here with Kiora. Next turn we can make a dragon with Sarkhan, and we would draw a card off of Kiora, and then also draw a card off the Hoard. So, first game going according to script at the moment. That's game. Sweet. Just that we drew it up. And we do have no answer to the card Hardened Scales. So, they didn't draw out that game, which is obviously good for us, but that one could be a little annoying. What are we interested in here? Anger of the Gods is pretty good. It does mop up Hangerback Walker pretty well. What are we not interested in? I mean, Wild Slash isn't great. Not that Draconic Roar is much better, honestly. But Roar does kill Constrictor, whereas Wild Slash does not. So I'd like to lean a little more towards Roar. I'm not sure if they're playing Llanowar Elves or not. I'm not super familiar with the Hardened Scales list as of late, but I think I like Anger, and I don't really want to change much else. I think I still want Thoughtseize. I don't want Duress. No Grasp, no Brutality, no Chandra. I could see a world where you want Silumgar. Stealing a Nissa before they can ultimate it is pretty awesome. Stealing a Hangerback Walker. It could be good if things get a little grindier, but I think I wanted to stay here for now. We'll see how much I want the Roars or Thoughtseizes, things like that. It's also possible we could trim down on Dragon's Hoard if the matchup feels a little less grindy. They seem to be trying to do their thing and don't have a lot beyond that. So We're not really drawing a ton of cards or anything. As long as we can deal with their first wave. Might not need the extra cards, but alright, this hand's pretty good. We're going to keep this. We got the Anger rolled up, which is pretty nice. We got Kiora, we got a Roar if we need it. Pelt Collector, sure. So we do draw a land, which means we might not want to play this Pools. We're just going to play the Blood Crypt tapped. Keep ourselves the option of cycling this land. We also have 2 pain-free lands to cast Roar and Kiora if we want to. Going to need to be keeping things under a little bit of control as far as making sure things stay below 3 toughness or below 4 toughness. Otherwise our cards are ineffective, so experiment 1. Okay. That's not super effective. Okay, so not a very good hand from them. And we have drawn a Fatal Push. I would definitely like to just use Anger the Gods. And they have to play a creature to make these bigger anyway, so we're in a really good spot here. I'm just going to play the Catacomb and say go. We're concealing our Anger a little bit by not showing 2 red sources. We can set up Anger, and I would love to set up Kiora into push. Alright, they've drawn something. Kiora into push is a great tempo play, so I'm very interested in that. And I'm pretty happy just cycling Pools here. I would like to not cast Roar, because obviously I want to use Anger. And I would just happily take this 2 for 1. They tap 3 pretty quick and then untap 3. Their 3 drops are Rishgar, Nissa, Yorvo, Lord of Garenberg. That's a big one. That is a big creature that we are not currently able to kill. That is, that's not ideal. That's not ideal, but we obviously have other kill spells in our deck, so we're going to cycle here, and we're going to untap an Anger. That does, I mean, that's probably not going to kill Yorvo, because they're going to play more creatures and make it bigger, but alright, let's just fire off the Anger here. There you go. That's an answer. Looks great. Alright, so I'll fire off the Anger here, just take the 2 for 1, and then we're currently set up for Kiora untap Dreadbore, which is pretty good. Thoughtseize. Our hand seems pretty hard to pick apart, honestly. It's just 5 great cards, so I don't even know what to take here. I suppose Dreadbore is our only clean answer to Yorvo. Sure. So if they have a way to pump Yorvo this turn, that's a pretty good one. So they have a 5/5. We can use Kiora. Dragon's Hoard. Okay. This is 5. One more creature would be 6. I think we Kiora untap Roar the Avatar. We're taking a huge hit next turn, but they literally have 1 card in their hand. The problem is that we are not currently beating Yorvo. We need something to die. We are not currently turning on Fatal Push, which is a little hard to do in this format for sure. If we Kiora untap and then Roar the Avatar, we go to 8, and then we take 5 and go to 3. That is certainly not a good place to be, but is somewhat doable. We're also a little weak to Ballista at that point. We don't really have any options, though. Alright. You may die here. Definitely the large creature. The large creature and then the Thoughtseize for the Dreadbore is pretty tough. Now seeing this, I'm definitely going to board in my Noxious Grasps. I figured they were not so green-based. But now we know, so Just gonna do this right now. They go to 15. Collected Company. Okay, this is interesting. So this is not really the deck we thought it was. Constrictor, and that's it. So we're about to go to 1. Alright, I mean, Noxious Grasp it is. Good card to draw, good card to draw. Yeah, we are dead. Okay, so that's fine. We missed Sideboard a little bit because we didn't see enough of their deck in game 1 because we killed them so fast. So that's fun. Fatal Push definitely not as effective as it is, in other formats of fetch lands. Still one of the best cards in the format, but it's not the insane card it is. It's just quite good. So we're gonna bring these 2 Noxious Grasps. How interested are we in Thoughtseize? Crux of Fate's good too. How interested are we in Thoughtseize? I'm gonna play. It still seems pretty good. Also, do we have any interest in Dragonlord Silumgar? They're playing... They probably don't have many answers to it, honestly. I mean, they're not playing the Murderous Rider, most likely, because they have Yorvo and they have all green lands. They probably don't have any answers to it, honestly. I think I like that better than Sarkhan. Sarkhan is not as amazing if they're attacking. And then I would like to shave... We gotta shave 2 things here. I think I want the Dragon Hoard once the Silumgar is in. We could shave like Thunderbreak Regent. It's fine, but it's probably our worst card. Definitely want pushes, want roars, want Dreadbore, want anger. I'm not entirely sure about this, but it does feel like we're taking a slightly more controlling stance, and they can't really deal with our cards beyond Thoughtseize. So I think I'm happy with this. They also saw Anger, which is pretty cool. So hopefully they pump the brakes a little bit, even though we only have 2 Angers. It's a good hand. We can keep this. Crux of Fate is also pretty nice. It would have been great that game. Whoa, Watery Grave. We already have the Dragonskull, so no blue cards yet, but all right. They have a turn 1 Hardened skill, so that does make our life definitely more difficult. All right, we're gonna play the Summit here, so we have access to Noxious Grasp, Draconic Roar, and we're probably just playing the Blood Crypt tap next turn anyway, so Experiment 1, sure. Okay. I think I'm pretty happy just playing Draconic Roar. Yeah. I would like to kill this for sure. Especially if we draw Kiora or the Dragon Sword. That is a nice draw. So now we get to have Fatal Push up. If we want it. I think we do want it. I mean, they might play a 3-drop, but I think I like it with the loyalty. The loyalty's not that important. 6 is still a lot of loyalty. And then next turn, if we draw a land, we can Glorybringer. And they know that too. So, Avatar of the Resolute. Naked. Alright, we're just going to... Even though we could just Glorybringer this, I guess if we draw a land, we just Glorybringer it. So, and if we don't draw a land, we just push it. Okay, we're trying to tap here. This is fun. Right on time. Draw a card off Kiora. Anger's pretty nice. Attack and exert. Kill that. And then next turn, we can just do it again. With the old Kiora. This is our Tron board state, if you will. We've assembled our combo. Dragonlord Silumgar. Feeling pretty good about this game. Not gonna lie. Suppose I could have like Murderous Rider here or something. The mana is not really in their favor, but the good thing is that you often forget with Glorybringer, you're so happy to kill their creature, you forget that it also just attacked for 4. They're currently at 7 life. They haven't even done much yet. Draconic Roar and 2 hits and a shock on their part. As they have a company here, this is fine. We'll see what turns up. We have the double removal spells on our side, as well as master removal in our hand and a great final threat. So we'll see what they do. Tiles Tracker and Experiment 1. So the Experiment 1 is going to size up. I think we're just killing both. This is going to be a 3/3 with the ability to regenerate. Yeah, we're just going to kill both. Obviously, we have 2 mass removal spells in our hand, so it feels a little weird to kill 2 other creatures with single removal spells, but those creatures can both attack Kiora. Tracker makes counters. Experiment 1 gets pretty big. It's not worth the trouble. Tracker number 2. So this can be a 5/4, but that's not enough to survive the old Glorybringer here, so yep, not enough. We could just steal it. I do love me some Tiles Tracker, but we're going to show a little discipline here. I think just attack it. Yeah, all right. And I don't really see a reason to... ZB, what are you doing? I don't really see a reason to untap the Glorybringer at the moment. Which is just waste the loyalty if they kill it, so we'll just say go. All right, sure, whatever. That was a pretty convincing first match there. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. All going according to plan. Kill stuff and play big dragons. Simple as that. It is nice in Magic when your cards are very powerful. Because you only need to play a few of them to win the game. It's sort of how modern Magic design is. Play the powerful cards. Round 2, winning die rolls. This hand is not great. If I get a cycling land here among these lands, I'd be a lot happier. But I think I'm pretty interested in mulliganing here. Our flood protection is not great. Without Kiora or with Dragon's Roar, we don't draw a ton of cards, and these are not high impact cards. They're just 1/1 kill spells, so I'm going to play it safe here and just mulligan. This is better. This is definitely better. Obviously, we need to draw lands, but we're going to keep. We're going to ship. I would like to ship Wild Slash as the worst card in my hand, but it might be more responsible just to ship the Glorybringer. We've got 4 of them. We got to survive the early game here. Slash is usually live. Yeah, we're going to ship the Glorybringer. And we're just going to let it rip. Okay. Courser of Kruphix, Fatal Push, Murderous Rider. Alright, well, Fatal Push is not great against us. It does work with Fatal Passage reasonably well. But I would say Murderous Rider is much more consistent. So take the murder. I guess we actually don't have an answer to Courser of Kruphix. Neither push nor slash touch that. It's like a green-black rock deck here. Might actually be Courser. Yeah. Bolas will be a 2-for-1 no matter what. And probably not casting it for a while anyway, so let's not have them sit with Courser and play and outcard us by a lot. Not a great spot for Wild Slash, or honestly even Fatal Push, so not a great hand for this matchup, seemingly, but need your Thoughtseize. Alright, well, now we got nothing, so don't like to mulligan on the play against the Thoughtseize deck, but here we are. Here we are. Draconic Roar. Alright. So, push Murderous Rider and 3 lands. Right. So, same thing. I mean, the push is on because of the Fable Passage, but a whole lot of nothing going on here for both players. Problem is they have lands and we don't. All right, there's another land for us. Land for them. It's a card for us. Could be worse. Black, black, black. This is a Liliana of a Last Hope. Yeah, it's definitely problematic. Alright. So their hand is passes, patches, push. It's not good. I mean, I guess we're just playing Thunderbreak Regent because it'll force them to crack their push. Then if we draw another dragon, we're in pretty good shape. Liliana is really good with Murderous Rider. That's insane. You have to rebuy Murderous Rider. That is very, very good. Thoughtseize me. That's not good. Not that our hands are great anyway, but... Alright, we're going to need one off the top here. Like, the fact that if we draw another creature, then they can just rebuy Murderous Rider and cast it's pretty wild. So they go to 16, they fetch push our Thunderbreak, go to 13. All the cards in our hand are so bad, they're having trouble deciding which one to take. A lot of trouble. Take the Wild Slash. It's the only card that interacts with the Liliana. So they're plussing. Interesting. They're declining to use Passage Push. Looking for something else. I guess they could just like Courser of Crufix also. But Scavenging Ooze is pretty bad here. They return Courser. So just trying to reset up Courser. Their top card's a Forest, but if they do that, they can't Fatal Push, so they're not going to play the Forest on top. Now they have a Murderous Rider on top. Yeah, this is pretty tough. That is not a Dargon. That is not a Dargon. So they have Murderous Rider in their hand. So their hand is Passage, Murderous Rider, and top card is Fatal Push. Murderous Rider's pretty good. So they have one Murderous Rider. Top card still Fatal Push, Scrybug, LOL. And they don't really have a ton going on. I mean, the Liliana recurring stuff is really good, but if we draw like a Glorybringer of his turn, oh, they have Murderous Rider, never mind. Yeah, I don't really know what we're drawn to here. It's not bad. They want to like buy back Scavenging Ooze because they just know we have push. They're not going to do that. Top card Grimflayer. They're going to mill Grimflayer and Questing Beast. And have a Decay on top. Which will they return? Probably Questing Beast now, yeah. So they beast us, we're going to go to 6. Their top card is Decay, and they still have Murderous Rider in hand. We get to Crux of Fate these 2 creatures. Should be a good Silumgar matchup. So they have Decay and Murderous Rider. And they're just casting the Murderous Rider into my Draconic Roar. Wow. That's ambitious. I think we have really cost that much mana, so we're just going to pass. They know these 2 cards, so might as well conceal what this extra card is. Alright, they get back Questing Beast, and we are almost dead. I mean, I guess they have drawn another Murderous Rider. If not, if we draw Glorybringer, we could do some work here. Or a healthy 2. I mean, it's a card. It's not going to work, probably, but I guess if they kill it, then we get to Fatal Push their Questing Beast, right? So they discard Decay, play a land tap, so you can flip next turn if somehow it lives through next turn. So there you go. That's not good. So the last card is Fatal Push, I believe, right? Yeah. So they can crack the clue and push this, and I get to push their Questing Beast. And then we draw Glorybringer. Big draw step. Come on. The old redraw. Come on. Alright. I mean, considering the mulligans and how awkward that game was, drawing like Wally's Wild Slashes and stuff, wasn't that bad, honestly. I also had Liliana play for like 10 turns. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. We can do better. So we're gonna want these Wild Slashes are gone. Honestly, the Roars are probably gone too. And maybe we shave like a push. And we're definitely going to want Noxious Grasp, Silumgar. Kind of want Chandra Acolyte of Flame. I think flashing back Dreadbore, flashing back Thoughtseize is pretty good. Big Chandra's also not crazy. It kills things, mops things up. It's just a powerful card. It is certainly expensive, though. We're already bringing in 2 6-drops. Yeah, I don't think we want that. I'm just bringing the Chandras. Cut all of our very mopey removal for more powerful effects. Now our removal spells are just 3 push, 3 Dreadbore, 2 grasp, 4 Glorybringer, 2 Silumgars, and 2 Crux of Fates. Pretty good. Alright, let's try this. We can get one of our engines going too with Kiora or Dragon's Hoard. That would help a lot too. Yeah, sure. Not amazing. A little soft to a Thoughtseize, but it's pretty hard to mulligan this hand. We have our Kiora. Got a few top end cards, got some lands. Opponent mulligans to 6, sure. Opponent's stuck on these 5 cards. While I'm reading the flavor text of Crux of Fate here. Ugin's whispered summons led Sarkhan fall to the moment that would echo down the centuries and seal Tarkia's fate. The primal battle between Ugin and Nicol Bolas. I'm good. Alright, that's pretty good too. I mean, our hand's pretty good. We just play Kiora and start playing dragons, drawing cards. If we can't trip our dragons, we're in really good shape. So, turn 2 Grimflayer. Alright. That's not a card you want to let hit you, but doesn't look like we really have a choice, so. So if they play a creature, we have Crux of Fate. If they don't play a creature, we start playing dragons. We have Glorybringer next turn too, also, so we'll see how they tap their mana and stuff. If they leave up mana to kill it, we can just play Thunderbreak, draw a card off Kiora, feel pretty good. They attack me, not Kiora, because they want to trigger their Grimflayer. And if they waste a Murderous Rider on Kiora, we start slamming stuff, so it's pretty good, so. It's very possible that you want 4 Nicol Bolas the Ravager before you want a Thunderbreak Regent, but Legend Rule is, it's confusing at times. Tracker in the bin. Liliana in the bin. Oof. That makes for a pretty fast Delirium, and they're keeping a card. Mm. Looks like a Murderous Rider. It is. So that's fine. Chandra ain't got nothing going on currently, so play Thunderbreak. Say go. They wanted the card they kept, so they kept whatever card they're about to play or it's in their hand on top. I mean, they can't play Murderous Riders forever, and we have Glorybringer as a nice little backup plan, so. Scavenging Ooze? Sure. Oh my god. I'm feeling a concession here. Destroy all non-dragon creatures. How do you like that one, my friend? How do you like that one? Next thing you play, I Glorybringer. Feels like scoop lag. Magic Online, unfortunately, has a nice 6 seconds of lag when your opponent concedes, so you just sit there not knowing what's going on, and you assume they're conceding, but they could be thinking, and it's really, really annoying. Alright, so pretty not close game there. They did mulligan to 5, so. If they are playing Grimflayer, maybe we want to push ourselves to the 4th Fatal Push. Yeah, the Oozes, too. I don't know what I would cut, though. We have a lot of removal. This is fine. This is fine. Grimflayer is not the end of the world. If it's not like they're playing. I mean, we don't know if they're playing, but I don't think they're playing like Traverse the Uvenwald and crazy like Delirium stuff. I think it's just like a value Grimflayer, like a bad Tarmogoyf. So I would say 8 removal spells, 4 Thoughtseize, and other stuff too seems fine. Sounds great. Opponent mulligans to 6 on the play. Love to see the Thoughtseize on a draw there. Card's really good, but thankfully we turned the corner pretty quick, so Castle Locthwain's not the end of the world, but that card is really, really good. Alright. The old 16 life Thoughtseize. Their hand is Grimflayer, Grimflayer, Questing Beast. Probably better off taking the Beast here. We're going to kill these Flayers as they come. Don't want to allow Beast to get that one shot in, so our hands are lining up pretty well here. They have the castle, and the castle was really good. But so as long as we can find some sort of threat over the next turn or two, we should be okay. Wow. That's not bad either. Alright, we're just going to kill this Blade's Appland. I highly doubt they have something like Blossoming Defense or something, but I might as well just kill it now. Something like Tile Striker would be pretty annoying for this passage. They drew a Swamp, so I think we're going to hold that to cycle. We need gas here. We need to do some stuff here, so we'll just hold that. I don't mind missing a land drop or two as long as I can draw some gas. The threat of this game to me is flooding for sure. They're casting Thoughtseize, so whatever. Just have the same card 3 times in our hand, basically. Of no use to Noxious Grasp the Grim Player in response, because we'll have one left no matter what, so. And their hand is Passage plus a card. The scariest card is by far Tile Striker. If they can go Tracker, Passage, Clue, that is not good for us at all. But Grizzly Bear ahoy. And they're playing the land and sacking it, which is odd because you have Tile Striker in your deck. I'm not sure why you would do that, but sure, whatever. Crux of Fate. All right, looks like we're just playing off the top here. Can't let this thing hit us. So play this, cycle Canyon Slough, and see if we can draw Boom Boom. They have Castle, we don't, which is really scary. So don't draw another land. That is not a land. That is my dragony boy. Gentlemen, behold. That turns the corner pretty quick. Did Shaw Murder Shredder? No. They're castling? Oh, that feels good. I think our opponent is over-prioritizing deck thinning. That's not a thing. Don't do what our opponent's doing here. Oh, they're casting stuff? Okay. Abrupt Decay my dragon. Oh, they need mana? Sure. It's pretty good. Pretty good draw. Ooh. Well, we could just, like, sandbag the Glorybringer. Their life total is a very important resource right now, so we just want to put them as low as possible to make the castle worse. Courser of Crufix with a Courser of Crufix on top. And that's game. Alright, cool. Not a pretty match. Definitely a lot of just playing off the top, which is kind of what you expect from a Thoughtseize mirror a little bit, but 2-0, we'll take it. Let's keep going. That's a lot of Dargans. I mean, we're keeping. We have our removal spell. Can't cast Bolas yet, but we have just Thunderbreak, obviously. We're on the draw. This is definitely a keep. Hopefully our Wild Slash is live. Might not be with the island. Might not be, unfortunately. Alright. Playing a Slough. Blue-red? Okay. I mean, we've got some work to do here for sure, but... Blue-red what? Wandering Fumarole. Let's draw a spell. I mean, a land. I just cursed us. Rekindling Phoenix. That's... I mean, I don't mind using a Dreadbore and a Wild Slash on that. It could certainly be worse. We drew a land, though. You probably just Thunderbreak here. Suppose if we play kill spells, we could set up for Sarkhan better, but... I imagine they don't answer Thunderbreak super well. I don't know if they're playing counter spells or not. They could be playing like the Elder Deep Fiend deck. That would be pretty good against us. They get to emerge Elder Deep Fiend off of Rekindling Phoenix. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But we have Dreadbore. We have kill spells. Ooh, that's a really good one. I mean, this chart isn't that bad for us. We get to Wild Slash the Chandra, Dreadbore the Phoenix, then push the token. We should have 3 gas cards in our hand. It's not a great exchange. We are 2 for 1-ing ourselves here, obviously, but our hand is nothing but aces, so Chandra is quite good against this deck, though. Champion of Wits. I mean, it feels like Elder Deep Fiend. Discarding Flamewake Phoenix and Kozilek's Return. Yeah, this could be tough. And the Thunderbreak. I think I'm down with Sarkhan here. I mean, if they have Elder Deep Fiend, they can Kozilek's Return and kill a bunch of stuff, but they can't kill Sarkhan, so I guess I can just attack it later on, but no. I did not think of that. Alright, that probably just punted the entire game. I mean, sure. Sure. I'd say our opponent's deck is probably pretty good against ours. Ravager eats a card at least. Another Kozilek's Return. Guess we're a little lacking on exiling removal. Petty. Alright. Alright. Kind of an awkward game. I might have thrown things away there, casting that Sarkhan into the Stubborn Denial. Just didn't really think about the card. Chandra is very good. Chandra and Deep Fiend are both really, really good against us. And Fatal Push is especially not good against them. Unfortunately, our grasps are bad. Our pushes aren't very good. Our Wild Slashes aren't very good either. I do like me some Silumgar. The thing is, the more big things we add, the softer we are to Elder Deep Fiend. And the lack of instant speed removal makes Deep Fiend also pretty bad. Which is kind of tough. It's definitely kind of tough. Like, I kind of want these Chandras, but now we have 4 6-drops. Crux of Fate seems pretty stubborn denialable. Yeah, I guess we're just going up the curve here. I would like it if we had some more removal that was effective. Draconic Roar is okay. Yeah, I'll try this. Definitely don't have a clean answer to Phoenix, and that's probably a deck building mistake. You probably would be well served to have like a Lava Coil or something like that. Chandra and Silumgar both answer it, so that's pretty bad. Alright, I mean, we can keep this. I imagine we ship the push. Our pushes aren't great. Our pushes definitely aren't great. Opponents kept 7 cards, yep. Alright. Something to work towards here. So Petty Theft is also pretty good against us too. Alright, let's draw lands for the literal rest of the game. That's our purpose in life now. To never stop drawing lands. Mutavault, sure. Flamewake Phoenix? Like, do we kill that? I don't think so. I mean, we kept the 3-lander. Not draw any lands. It's kind of a tough match here. I mean, our opponent's deck seems well suited to beat other mid-range decks. I don't think it's particularly good. I've played against this deck a lot. I think it's pretty soft to a number of things and fairly clunky, but it is definitely very good against us. I mean, they have Deep Fiend here, like, we can't really do anything. The card Elder Deep Fiend is very good against our deck. Alright, yeah, we're just dead. They just Deep Fiend us, tap all our lands, get the Phoenix back. I mean, maybe I should have killed the Phoenix then. I should have killed the end step. I was too busy talking. Yeah, that was actually really stupid. I just killed the Phoenix end step so they can't Deep Fiend me because it was so obvious they were going to do that. Yeah, alright, I might have screwed up then. Alright. Still pretty far behind, but... Jeez. Alright. I guess we can play on. Kill this. Maybe a little Draconic Roar, the Rekindling Phoenix, and see what we can do. Fortunately, the token is an elemental, which means that I can't kill it with the Chandra mass removal spell, which kind of stinks, honestly, but... If they have Stubborn Denial here, we can't do anything either. Alright. So, I mean, like, if we draw... I mean, a land is not bad. We can even just steal the Elemental. We could Glorybringer it. You could easily have, like, Stroke or something, too. We should have another one. Oh, my God. Yeah, just too much. Just too much. If we steal this Phoenix, I guess that works. Alright, let's give it a try. Give it the old college try. This is our Mirror Breaker, so they have Stable Stroke or something? No? Alright. Steal Rekindling Phoenix. Alright, sure. So we're just dead. Alright, definitely not a good matchup for us, and our hands definitely did not pan out super well. The tempo-y cards are pretty good against us. Brazen Bar and Elder Deep Fiend, but I don't think our opponent's deck is really that big of a deck in the metagame, so it's alright. We're 2-1. Let's keep going. Hard to interact with that deck without more instant speed things. You know, we're intentionally playing at sorcery speed to our detriment against that deck. You know, if you're able to just, like, Murderous Rider the Elder Deep Fiend in your upkeep when they tap your lands, it's really not that bad. Alright, we're going to keep. You draw a land or two, but we have some interaction, so... Stitcher's Supplier. Milling double Creeping Chill and Driven Despair. Alright. Guess we leave up Push and play tap land here. I guess I want to actually Kiora untap Push, perhaps, so we'll just leave up Draconic Roar. This doesn't seem like a great matchup. We don't really have any graveyard hate of any kind. Nothing? Mm. Do I bother untapping a land for Fatal Push? I don't think so. I mean, they can, like, Despair me and I have to discard a card, but I guess that would suck. Sure. They're not exactly threatening a lot on my Kiora here, so... They have Grizzly Salvage? Okay. Haunted Dead and some stuff. They keep Overgrown Tomb? Sure. I guess I should have realized I had Salvage there. I just haven't played against this deck before, or in a while. Or just, I've seen it, but I haven't played against it. This is fun. Kiora takes one. No, they're stacking me? Alright. I guess they did double Creeping Chill us, so we are at 10, which kind of sucks. Supplier number 2, sure. It's funny, I would say we actively don't want to Nicol Bolas the Ravager them. Alright, they have Haunted Dead, so they could possibly pop in 2 Amalgams. Could be in trouble here. Could certainly be in trouble here. Don't think Shocking is worth push, so let's play this tapped. Don't double Amalgam me, please. Nope, no Amalgams at all. Okay. But now they have the Despair. Oh, it was a Menace too? Oh, I did not know that. Alright. She was 4 cards out of her hand. Honestly, not that bad. We get to Bolas them. I mean, we are certainly well behind now. But... And they shocked again for another Haunted Dead. Yeah, we're probably just dead here. That's not very good. Alright. I mean, kind of a tough game. We'd love to draw a Fatal Push here. That is not a Fatal Push. So they end step Haunted Dead. Let me block the 2/2/2s and take 3. We're still alive. Remember, dragon comes target whatever your opponent controls. Cool. So we get to smash here, untap Thunderbreak, and hope we draw a card that's not Thoughtseize at this point in the game. They're not getting back Haunted Dead. They're just going to hardcast Creeping Chill and kill us. Okay, that works too. All right, I mean, yeah, those Creeping Chills earlier are pretty tough. This is the Dredgeless Dredge deck, if you haven't seen it before. Don't really have any Graveyard Hate. Don't really have any Graveyard. We do have Anger of the Gods, which is obviously very good against them. No way to really fight the Creeping Chill part of a deck. I mean, they just dealt 9 damage to us for free. I guess they hardcast the 3rd one, but we definitely don't want Thoughtseize against them. We are interested in Anger of the Gods for sure. I mean, Silumgar is not bad. It's not great. I mean, none of these cards are really that good, honestly. I could leave in 2 Thoughtseize. Big Chandra and Silumgar both stabilize reasonably well. I mean, we're still going to turn the corner and kill them, honestly. That's really going to be our plan. Sarkhan seems pretty good against them too, honestly. The passive ability. Crux of Fate. I think it's just Silumgar. Silumgar will probably be 2 blockers. Chandra has the ability to kill everything, but I'm certainly not thrilled about either one of them. I mean, this kills actually every creature they have. Unless they have anglers too, but alright, we're gonna take a Chandra. Can also exile stuff too in a pinch. Just seems better than Thoughtseize. Obviously, we could Thoughtseize some of their stuff. You know, if we Thoughtseize their Switcher Supplier or their Grizzly Salvage, it could slow them down. But it seems like it's going to be bad most of the time. And we can just get ahead of them, you know. That's a pretty good end. Citrus Supplier. Narcomoeba, sure. I mean, we're just setting up for anger here, right? The Hoard's not bad either. We're going to cycle this Fetid Pools. Try to find a red source. Sure. So they're scared of counter spells. They're gonna fire up the salvage. They hit Haunted Dead Prize Amalgam, and they keep Overgrown Tomb. That's pretty annoying because we can't anger away the. They're gonna do that end step. You can't anger that away. I guess they have to do it second main technically, but all right. Definitely not ideal, but we could just play Thunderbreak, play land next turn, and set up for the anger that way. All right, so they're gonna get back Haunted Dead. They might have another Amalgam, and then they attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Attack for a lot. But if we get to untap and anger, we're in pretty good shape. We're just casting Thunderbreak here and blocking, and then hoping it's good enough. We don't really have better play. Leaving up like Draconic Roar or something doesn't make a lot of sense. Because we want to anger everything to actually exile it, so. Alright, so they have one extra Amalgam. It's a lot. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my god. Well, that's the game. This is turn 4. And we have to discard our entire hand, and they draw 7 cards. Oh. I can't block even. It says Menace. Forgot. Yeah, that was a pretty good hand. Nice Anger of the Gods, Jim. Anger off the top. No. Anger off the gold. Can't cast that, doesn't matter. That's pretty funny. If we could cast that, that should be insane. That doesn't actually stop the amalgams, but that's pretty funny. If we draw that, we might actually have a chance. Probably not. They just have 7 cards in their end. Alright. I mean, that was pretty rough. I guess Graveyard Hate might be a thing. It's kind of tough because this is a pretty new format now. I mean, it's been a new format every weekend for the last, 2 months. They keep making it a new format. Ban more cards. Now it's a new format. And knowing how much Graveyard Hate or so on and so forth you need to have can be tough. But that was pretty brutal. I felt like we were playing Modern there. Did not feel like we were playing Pioneer. Alright. I mean, we're going to draw land, but keep this. Alright, what's going on over there? Not a good draw. What's going on over here? An Arclight Phoenix strategy. Charter Course Opt Wild Slash. Not a very good hand against us. Take the Charter Course. Just gotta draw some lands here, folks. That's all we gotta do is draw some lands. Even one land, Opt goes to the top. Lucky. Sulfur Falls tapped. Thank God. We drew the land. So now they have Arclight and Wild Slash. Is a Charm certainly a possible card, but I don't really care if they is a Charm my Dragon's Hoard. Let's play a 4-drop next turn, we drew a land, so. See the option of going Sarkhan next turn. We get Bolas, we get Thunderbreak. I think we probably specifically don't want a Bolas. It aids them in putting the Phoenix in the graveyard. It's probably just Sarkhan. I guess they could just Wild Slash the Sarkhan. If we minus it, so that doesn't seem very good, actually. They discard Arclight Phoenix, sure. Probably just Thunderbreak. It's draw a card, too, so... Sarkhan's pretty easy to kill here, too. Yeah, this is what the Arclight Phoenix is also. So... I guess we just play the Summit and draw a card, right? So, play Thunderbreak. We got a gold counter. We say go. We'll draw a card on their turn. Cranking up a Lightning Axe, discarding another Arclight Phoenix. Alright, that's pretty good. 2 in the top 15. I mean, they have 4 spells now, one of which is Wild Slash. Yeah, we're definitely lacking in graveyard hate / exiling removal. That's definitely an oversight in the deck building process. Discard Shivan Reef, sure. They're probably getting back both Phoenixes here. All our things are 4/4, which is pretty good. There's a Cruise, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, if they hit discard a third Arclight Phoenix, we're dead. Don't know what to tell you at that point. Alright, I mean, they found 3 Phoenix in their top 20 cards. I don't know if we can realistically beat this. Still have 5 cards in hand, too, so it's not like we could even Crux of Fate. Let's get them back anyway. I'm pretty sure we're dead. Not cool. Playing Sarkhan is just bad because we have they have so the Wild Slash in their hand, or probably just we're just dead on the board. So we got to draw a removal spell here. Even then, we have to shock to put it into play. I don't think anything matters here. All right. I mean, that's a pretty tough game. They put 3 Arclights in play on turn 5. Like turn 5 on the play, they found 3 Arclights in our top 20 cards. We don't really have a good answer to that. As far as like exiling move removal we can play in the main deck, I don't really know what there is. Like we could play Anger Main, but it's not really great. Alright, so bringing in the 2 Angers. I don't have much else, honestly, and I don't love Duress. I mean, Duress does make it harder for them to Arclight Phoenix, I guess. Crux of Fate's pretty terrible here. I think Sarkhan's also pretty bad. Do I have any interest in Silumgar? It's big. It's hard to kill. I guess they can Lightning Axe it. Yeah, it's pretty bad. These Fatal Pushes got to go too, though. But we're not. The Wild Slash. I mean, Wild Slash can kill a Phoenix just fine. Fatal Pushes just aren't very good. So maybe we do leave Sarkhan in, and something like Chandra Awakened Inferno. It does exile Phoenixes. I actually don't hate it. Brutality is not great. Yeah, I can buy this. Not sure what their other creatures are, but I think we handle most of them pretty well. Alright, come on. Let's go. Hopefully they have 3 Arclight Phoenixes in their bottom 20 cards this time. I think we keep. I mean, we don't have double red, though. I guess we can't keep. If we had double red, I would keep. We're not really interacting much in the early game with them because most of our early interactions are removal spells, and they're not going to play much, but we can't even cast our spells yet. We're going to mulligan. Yikes. Alright, we're going to keep. We're going to ship the Glorybringer. We need a blue source, but once we find it, I think it's pretty cool. Actually, I think I'm not even going to cast Thoughtseize yet. I'm going to save the damage. Just cast it on turn 2. With another tap land. Like, we're not playing Dreadbore on turn 2, so... Their hand is double Arclight Phoenix again. Alright, so let's take the Charter Course. They have Opt, Wild Slash, double Arclight, and 2 islands. And we just gotta draw ourselves a beautiful blue land next turn. That's all we need. Just one beautiful blue land. They cast Opt. It goes to the top. We draw blue land? No. Oh, that's ugly. So we could just play the Slew and guarantee ourselves a Thunderbreak next turn, but we could also just play Blood Crypt tapped and cycle it and have 2 shots at a land and a shot of drawing a blue source. I'm gonna be a little greedy here. Because I could have cycled the main phase, try and draw Thoughtseize, but nothing in their hands very Thoughtseizable at the moment, so end step Opt, sure. This Opt goes to the bottom. Strategic planning. They put another Arclight. So they found 3 Arclights in their top 15 cards again. The Phoenix deck is insane when it does that. It's the games where it doesn't do that. That's the problem. All right, so we just traded in our Slew for a Summit. Blue land? I mean, there's the blue land, but do we really want to play Kiora before playing Thunderbreak? Probably do. I mean, the thing is, they may just have triple Arclight next turn. I mean, I guess we can't do much anyway. They don't have a way to discard them yet. They put the island last turn. Yes, they have Arclight, Arclight, Slash, and then 3 other cards. We're going to play Kiora. I want to try and get ahead. If they can kill the Kiora, what are you going to do? 7 loyalty is a lot, you know? Gotta have a little faith sometimes. So game 1, it was triple Arclight on turn 5. This turn, they're trying to top it and do it turn 4. All we need is a Cruise or an Opt. And a red land to cast Wild Slash. See, the problem is the games where the Phoenix deck doesn't draw the Phoenixes. If they only have 1 or they have 0, they're just sitting here spinning the wheels, not doing anything, so... Oh, they're going to go for a Cruise and go for next turn? Okay. They don't want to exile any Phoenixes. It's fair. And they still have a full grip of 7 cards, so we're not in phenomenal shape. It's not the worst. All right, let's see what the damage is. All ends. No. Fiery Temper, Lightning Axe, Opt, Thrill, Wild Slash. And the land. Only 1 red source, though, which is kind of cool. So we could be a little out there. We could just take the Opt. And then they might not be able to get things back next turn because all they have is red cards. That's kind of interesting, actually. I mean, I want to take the Lightning Axe. It kills my Thunderbreak Regent. But I think we can delay their Phoenixes for a number of turns. And we're drawing a card off the Thunderbreak anyway. I think we take the Opt here. This is a little crazy, but I'm a madman. What can I say? Draw a card. Not great. I mean, we would definitely want to spell, but so they can untap. They can just Lightning Axe the Thunderbreak if they want to. We just gotta draw a spell. We just gotta draw a creature. Give me a dragon. Give me a Dargon. Shivan Reef. Well, they still can't guess 2 spells. I guess they can, like, throw a possibility into a blue spell. What are you gonna do? You know, we're trying our best here. Thrill discarding Spire Bluff Canal. Really? On Fiery Temper? I guess what do they got? Temper, I guess. So their hand is Temper, Axe Slash, and then the 2 cards I just drew, which are apparently not blue spells. Oh my god. Oh, we need dragons, not fish people. I imagine they're Lightning Axing here. No? Alright. Discarding the 4th Phoenix. No. Another island. Sure. Yeah, not great. Not great. I mean, ideally, they're still kind of stuck. I mean, these tempers are gross without Lightning Axe. Alright, they have drawn another red source. And we're still living to fight another day here. Any dragon. This league started so well, too. You know? It's all really falling apart at the end here. Hardcast Fiery Temper targeting me. They drew another red land. Yeah, I think we're pretty dead. I mean, they have... I guess they only have... They have 3 cards in hand. They have a Temper and a Slash, and if that last card is a spell... Looks like it's a... No, wait. I mean, it's got to be a spell. I don't know why they would do this without it being a spell, so... I don't know what to tell y'all. I mean, these last few matches have been pretty rough. We're definitely exposed here a little bit in our lack of exiling removal. But those last 2 matches were pretty rough. Like, I don't know, you know? All right, so let's take a look at the deck and let's try and mop up a little bit here. Great start. Bad finish. Bad finish. I mean, we could play Magma Spray over Wild Slash, honestly. I think that's totally reasonable. Magma Spray does not deal with Rekindling Phoenix, but does deal with Scrounger and Arclight Phoenix, which is pretty good. Aside from just being most of what Wild Slash is. Can't hit Planeswalkers, but for the most part, it's the same thing. Sarkhan was medium. It seems good against control decks, but not amazing otherwise. The fact that it goes to 2 and gets shocked is pretty tough. Despite the passive being kind of cool. Silumgar seemed nice. We boarded it in a lot. It might just be a powerful card in the main deck, realistically. But yeah, we definitely want some sprays, probably. Draconic Roar is fine. It's also possible you could just build this deck without the dragon theme. You just, like, take out the Thunderbreaks, put in Rekindling Phoenixes, take out the Crux of Fates, take out the Sarkhans, put in a 4th Bolas, maybe, like, I don't know, like 1 copy of the Scarab God or something. Take out the Dragon's Hordes, leave the Kioras, take out the Draconic Roars, just put in some other removal spell, Lava Coil, whatever, what have you. I think Mizium Mortar is pretty reasonable. You play like a Chandra or 2. You could definitely do that too. That could be a way to do things as well. But there's a lot of power here. Glorybringer's great. Nicol Bolas is great. Obviously, the black 1-drops are very, very good. Dreadbore is very good. We got punished for not having any exiling removal. Might want a third anger in the board. In some metagames, I could see main decking anger, but maybe not this one. Maybe I don't know though. It's a new metagame, so who knows? But definitely need some more exiling removal. And it'd be nice if there was like some other form of card advantage, but oh, that's pretty sweet. So if you like dragons and you want to battle in some Pioneer, here you go. A couple tweaks. This deck should probably be pretty good. Those first two matches were really convincing. So forget all that last stuff. We'll just pretend you just watched the first half of the video and nothing really happened at the end there. So thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. I am Jim Davis. I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. I won't see you guys till after the holidays because they're this week. So happy holidays, everyone. Have a wonderful time with your families and friends. Please stay safe out there and just love each other. Be good to each other. That's all I can really ask. And big thanks to CoolStuffInc.com. My extended family, if you will. I've worked with them for over a year now. They're phenomenal. I really love everyone in the business. Evan, Rob, Rich, Jerry, everyone there. I got to tour the offices when I was down in Florida earlier this year, and very proud to be a part of the Cool Stuff family. And you should get involved with them. Hop on over, use promo code Jim5, go buy some stuff. Late holiday presents are better than no holiday presents. So buy some cards, go buy your Kioras, go buy your board games and miniatures, anything you want. Promo code Jim5. And I'll see you fine folks on Friday for my next article. And see you on the other side. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Jim Davis for CoolStuffInc.com.